Here's when I knew that I needed to cover this story. Here's when I knew that this was going to be an entirety of a mots episode, maybe even 3 or 10, because it's so insane. One day, Tiffany comes into our house and she's like, oh my God, we're eating lunch. She's like, oh my God, have you guys seen this? She's pulling up these Chinese articles and they're all in Chinese. So I'm like, I don't know what any of this is. And she's translating for me and she says, famous American streamer IShowSpeed bows at the temple of Beijing. And so she's like, I mean, that's so respectful. Like, Chinese people love him. They're obsessed with him. He literally it says he went to the temple at Beijing and he bowed in respect because he was taken aback by the beauty of the temple. And then I'm like, that's actually crazy because I don't know anything about IShowSpeed. I just didn't think he would be overcome with the beauty of architecture and history that he would bow immediately, because I don't even know if I would bow immediately. An hour later, she comes back up to us and goes, actually, I'm so sorry, it was fake news. And I said, what? What was fake news? So he didn't bow at the temple of Beijing. He tripped. And then someone took a screenshot of him tripping mid-trip and it looked like a bow. And Chinese media ran with it. They said, famous American live streamer bowing at the temple of Beijing. So I was like, you know what? I do have to do an episode on IShowSpeed, because the American reaction, the Chinese reaction, it's like 2 different worlds. It's 2 different worlds. Now, I need to get y'all caught up. Do you guys know IShowSpeed?
I think everybody heard of him.
Everybody knows IShowSpeed, but do you know IShowSpeed?
But do you know?
I know now, because here's what I did. I went online and I typed in top IShowSpeed moments, and now I know this man. I know him inside and out. I feel like I understand his soul. So for example, in 2022, IShowSpeed goes viral because he decides very, it's so weird. IShowSpeed is one of those people where if you just watch one video, it's very easy to be like, another dumb American. But then you watch 3 videos and you go, he's so smart. I'm scared. I'm scared.
What?
Because there's no way he's dumb. He's just too smart. So that makes you question every dumb thing he does. Because you're like, I see what you're doing. He's got some crazy high EQ and IQ. I was actually surprised because I've only seen random clips of him. Like how he put a Pikachu firecracker on his bed, a firework, and lit it on fire next to a bunch of other fireworks on a live stream.
What does Pikachu to do with firework?
It's a firework shaped like a Pikachu. And he lit it on fire, and by the end of the live stream, you can barely see anything in the room because it's so smoky, and you just see like a firefighter in there with like a heat gun, just checking and making sure everything's okay. No, this guy has done some insane I know recently, this is how I really started getting into him. Not like getting into him, but like seeing him everywhere. Was he was jumping over cars, like Lamborghinis, and then he got banned or something. It was a whole thing because it's so dangerous. And I'm like, I don't know if that's the most dangerous thing he's done. Turns out I was right. He's done way more dangerous stuff. Like the banana Sprite challenge. Don't ever do the banana Sprite. No, you guys wouldn't. I trust you. I know you. You wouldn't do this. But it's where you eat copious amounts of bananas. Bananas are so dense and they're so fibrous. It's like a plug in your intestines. Just ramming a dam in your intestines, okay? And then you drink 2 giant things of Sprite. And so you got this plug in the middle of your intestines and then all this Sprite foam, and it causes instant, uncontrollable vomiting.
Oh.
He had to call 911 in the middle of his live stream.
911, what's your emergency? 911, what's your emergency? Hello?
I think I'm dying. I think I'm dying.
What happened?
My stomach. It's something wrong with my digestive system.
What happened? Did you eat something or? Sir, are you okay? Can you tell me what happened? Can you explain to me what's going on?
I ate a Sprite and banana. A Sprite and banana.
How much did you eat?
Sprite and banana.
How much? I've heard
Get the fuck out of I'm not doing this no more, y'all. My stomach, bro. I feel like I'm about to throw up again, bro. I'm so sorry I had to see that, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I should have gave y'all a warning. I knew that was gonna happen, bro. I did not know that would have happened, bro.
But he just kind of likes to call 911 because I also saw another one where he ate the world's spiciest chip and he called 911. And then he was like,
the one
screaming.
chip challenge?
Yeah, he's like, I can't breathe. And then the operator's like, tell me what's happening. And he's just like drooling.
911, what's your emergency?
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Where are you at? What's going on?
I don't know why niggas ain't got.
Do you need some help? What happened? Can you Do you need an officer there, sir? Are you okay? Sir, I think we're gonna send an officer to your location. We found where you're calling from. Is it just you there or what's going on?
He did the Coke condom challenge.
Oh, what?
I didn't even know these were challenges. I always think about this. Like, you always hear about something going disastrously wrong on the internet because someone decided to try a challenge. And I'm like, who's doing these challenges? Because for it to be called a challenge, enough people have to be doing it, right?
Honey,
Yeah?
you forgot all your channels? The challenges.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
I never ate copious amounts of banana and Sprite. I did do the one chip challenge, but I did not do it successfully. So I'm not part of that. I'm just kidding. No. These these dangerous challenges.
Okay.
I feel like I didn't do many dangerous challenges. Did I do any dangerous challenges?
I don't know, man.
I feel like I'm just a dangerous person in my entity. Like, I'm so incapable of keeping myself safe, but I think the challenges itself were not dangerous. However, he puts a condom on his head.
How does he breathe?
See, he didn't think that through either. Because immediately he puts it on and he starts hyperventilating and freaking out, rips it off, and then he does another one. So he leaves a little opening for his mouth to breathe, and then he opens a giant Coke bottle, throws in Mentos, and then tries to funnel it in to fill the whole
That's
helmet
crazy.
of protection with, and he almost died as well.
You don't want to try that one?
No. And so I was like, this guy is very interesting. And this guy is so famous in China. And I was like, I didn't even know that he was so famous in China. I mean, no, I know he's so famous. Everybody knows IShowSpeed, okay? But I didn't know that he was that famous in China because he doesn't even speak Chinese. He's not Chinese. And also, they don't have YouTube or Twitch in China. So how are you going to watch him?
I don't even think China knew that this will happen.
Yeah. So then he decides that he is going to go on a China tour.
You know what's so funny? In China, YouTube and Twitches are blocked.
Yeah, you cannot.
You can use it. I think every one of a Speed's fan thinks like they're the only one.
That watches it?
He's like,
they're like, I'm special.
I did all of this to watch Speed. Turns out everyone's doing this.
So he decides, well, I guess he discovers that he has a huge Chinese audience because they even nicknamed him, right? Remember in the last mots, he's called hypothyroid brother because his eyes kind of bulge out, and that's usually a big symptom of hypothyroidism, which is like it's like a hormone gland in your neck. And and I thought it was mean. But they added brother at the end. And Tiffany was like, no, if you're a celebrity and they add brother or sister at the end of your nickname, it's usually like a sign of appreciation. Like it's like an affectionate nickname. Yeah, like you're trying to be cute. It's not like, oh, we're gonna make fun of you and bully you. It's like it's a cute name. So he's hypothyroidism brother.
Bro, have we talked about all the nickname of American celebrities?
Oh my god, you have to. We have to do a whole month.
So good. Have we done it? No, right?
Oh my god, no, your sister and my sister, we were sitting there.
You would never guess mainstream celebrities' nickname in China. It's so random.
It's really random. And even the pronunciation of non-nicknames is so crazy. Your sister and my sister were having a whole argument about this because your sister was showing her a TikTok from China. And then she was like, oh my god, look, it's Dumbledore. And my sister goes, what the f-? And she goes, Dumbledore. And we said, Dumbledore from Harry Harry Potter? And she's like, no, it's Dumbledore. And she's like, look at the spelling, Dumbledore. Even in English, it's pronounced Dumbledore. And I'm like, this is actually crazy. You got hypothyroidism, brother. And then we also know that IShowSpeed made a Chinese song go super viral. This song has been around for a really long time. I didn't know this. My husband was telling me how, that's a child, like from my childhood.
Yeah.
Rainbow Sunshine White Pony. Yeah, it's the one where, you know the one. It keeps saying the word that a lot. And in China, that is seen as like a filler word.
Yeah.
Like people will, like, cause you do that too, where you'll be on the phone and then you'll be like, okay, that.
It's basically,
Yeah, it's like, that thing, that place that we went to. So he'll say that a lot, right? I've gotten used to it. But in later live streams, he will watch the video of that. And it's become his song. He owns that song. He better get royalties from that song.
Hey!
In later live streams, you know how people will live stream themselves sleeping and then their fans can buy something where it wakes or it plays a sound really loudly? They went from playing all sorts of other racist songs to now this song. Yeah. And so IShowSpeed decided, I am going to meet this man. Whoever created this song, chat, I'm gonna fucking meet this man. Chat, have I ever lied to you, chat? No, I haven't, chat. I'm gonna fucking meet this man.
Chat, who is this dude name, y'all? Yo, bro, I gotta meet him. He made a nigga song, I like, bro. This is 2025, chat, mark my word. He's on my bucket list. I'm gonna meet him this year.
So he does. He's gonna go to China. And guess who knows before everybody else did? The Chinese embassy. 20-year-old popular American YouTuber #IShowSpeed at IShowSpeed has kicked off a journey in #China that has already garnered massive global attention, which indicates a broader trend of digital influencers bridging cultural gaps and creating alternative channels for foreign audiences to understand a vibrant China. So everyone's like, oh my god, this is about to be the craziest trip, because if the Chinese embassy knows about it, it's gonna be a crazy trip. Like, they're gonna be watching. They're looking at him like, okay, let's have fun. And it is fun. March 24th, he lands in Shanghai. He's got his whole team. He's got cameramen, tour managers. He's got these 2 bodyguards that become very famous in China. They even have nicknames. One of them is called Biggie. The other one is named Pretty. And I'll tell you why later, okay?
We are here in China!
So 5 people, they arrive in Shanghai, and as soon as they get out of the car and start live streaming,
What's my name?
IShowSpeed.
You actually know me.
and he's like, you actually know me? How do you know me? I watch YouTube, you know? You do? I thought you didn't have YouTube here. And my husband said, someone check on this man. They're gone. These people watching YouTube are gone because it's technically maybe illegal. And he starts panicking and he says, no, you're a liar. You have YouTube. Because he thought Speed was saying, I'm not on YouTube. And then he said, no, I said, you don't have YouTube. No, I can see, in China, many websites. And then he stops talking, and thankfully Speed cuts him off, and he says, you're the first person who recognized me. What's your name? My name is Jason. I do stand-up. I'm a comedian. All right, bet. Make a joke for me real quick. What do you want me to say? You're a comedian. Make a joke. I do Chinese. It's fine, bro. It's fine. Do it in Chinese. Just, and he gets so nervous. He starts speaking in Chinese, and he says, the first word in Chinese that he says is, that.
Say me a joke. You was on a comedian, say a joke. What? That wasn't a joke. You said nigga.
I'm sorry, I'm so nervous.
which sounds like
The N-word.
the N-word.
So the first Chinese word that IShowSpeed hears when he gets out of that tour van in Shanghai, China, is the word that sounds like the N-word. And he looks at him and he goes, it's my first 5 minutes in China.
It's my first 5 minutes in China.
Yeah.
And the Chinese guy has no clue what's going on. He goes, yeah, okay, it's fine. Just say the joke. And IShowSpeed is kind of pissed off standing there. I mean, it's part of the bit, you know? And he's looking he's frowning while staring at the camera while he says the longest Chinese joke I've ever heard in my entire lifetime. And it's just very uncomfortable. And he's like, okay, cool. Nice to meet you. And it's like the whole energy is this Chinese man didn't realize what just happened. And he's saying this joke now held hostage because he has no idea why IShowSpeed's energy just drastically changed. Meanwhile, IShowSpeed is like grimacing into the camera. And I'm like, this is going to be so insane. Then he walks straight into a store. IShowSpeed walks away from this guy. Straight into a store. Sometimes I like to skip around, you know, because IRL streams, it's 20 fucking hours long. So I'm skipping ahead. And the next frame I end up on is the camera just zoomed in on an elderly man holding an ice cream cone, and he's staring straight into the camera. Like this, like dumbfounded, like. And Speed is like, I'm asking you, where'd you get the ice cream, bro? And he's just staring into the camera. He's not even looking at Speed. And then finally someone says like something, Bing Chiling? I know Bing Chiling. And then
which is ice cream in Chinese.
Yeah.
Stephanie knows ice cream in Chinese. It's Bing Chiling.
And then all of a sudden the old man goes from staring, dumbfounded, behooved, like bamboozled in the camera to suddenly smiling and pointing over there. And I'm like, what the fuck is coming? So then they walk over to the ice cream line, but there was a whole line of people. And there's this like, I want to say younger dude with a young son, Jia Guang.
Jia
Gang is hypothyroidism brother,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Yeah, Speed doesn't know what that means yet. He doesn't ask. So he goes, what's my name? Jia Guangge.
Yeah, my name is Zhang Kanggu.
And then he starts going around telling all the old ladies in the store, Jia Guangge. And they're like giggling. And they're like, I can see it. They're looking at it like, I can see that, yeah. Okay. So he just starts going around. And then he walks out of the store and he goes, damn, I don't know any words in Chinese. Hola!
Bro, I don't know no Chinese words, bro. Hola.
Hello? He's literally like, I really don't know any words in Chinese. Hola! I'm like, such peak American behavior.
Say, can you see?
And he just starts walking around. I mean, listen, I think I could make 20 videos on this series. Because right now he's also on a tour in America. And I was watching it and I was like, it just doesn't hit. It doesn't hit like China. Why did China hit so hard? He starts walking around and he decides he's going to make it fun. So he's just going to start handing out 100 yuan bills, which is 14 US dollars because conversion, but it's like 100 yuan, right? And he walks up to this guy.
He's handing out to strangers a stack of cash.
He's just like holding like 100 yuan.
Giving it to people?
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy.
I mean, he did go to a gym and he was like, if you can lift more than me, you can get it.
Oh, okay.
But this, like in the beginning, he was just handing it out to people. So he's walking down the street and a guy gets off his motorcycle. It's not like a motorcycle. It's like one of those delivery bikes.
Yeah.
And he gets off. He's wearing his helmet. He takes off like the little visor. And then he's handing him the money. And this man is like shaking his hand and is like, you are fit. You're a fit 62-year-old. Yeah.
Oh my
It's
god,
so
the poor man. Like, he's
I know.
confused.
Okay, I will say some of the stuff was obviously done by event coordinators. They were, coordinating different events. Clearly a setup, but it's okay. It was kind of fun. It was kind of cute. Then he walks in to the Shanghai marriage market. Where the parents
I saw
go.
that clip. So the setup is in Chinese parks. Every weekend, all the old parents will gather and they will have a board, right? What is it? Like
Yeah,
a cardboard
like a-
cutout.
yes.
Like a list of their kids' criteria. So graduated here, height, how many houses do they own or the family owns. All the things that they can brag about.
Yeah.
Trying to match each other.
And so the minute he walks into the marriage market, you know that one meme? It's like the soldier with like the 25 GoPros.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, what's the lyrics of this song? That's what he's doing. And he's like, okay, good. And then they start the song again.
Play it back again.
And it's just like the most intense, funny, hostage-taking of a song concert in the park I've ever seen in my life. Okay, and then they have a ping pong competition.
Can you tell people who Jackson Wang is for people who doesn't know?
No, they know.
I mean,
Y'all don't know Jackson
there's
Wang?
gotta be some people though.
Are you kidding? He's so famous. Look up Jackson Wang. You know Jackson Wang.
Okay.
Jackson Wang shows up and he's giving IShowSpeed a shirt with a Chinese flag on there. So they're doing freaking fudging Tai Chi. Because I don't want to curse when I'm talking about monks, right?
They're doing Tai Chi?
What do monks do?
Monks don't do Tai Chi. That's a different...
They're doing Kung Fu.
Yeah, Shaolin Kung Fu, yeah.
They're doing Shaolin Kung Fu.
Tai Chi is from like Taoism.
Oh,
that's different, yeah. It's fine.
Am I cancelled?
No. No, they don't use the internet. It's fine. I'm kidding.
They come in and they do Shaolin Kung Fu.
Oh, wait, what the fuck? We about to fight? Oh,
It's like a Chinese night festival, cultural event, you know what I mean, in this gym.
Oh, hell no!
Like, it's literally a cultural event starring Jackson Wang. I'm like, what's happening? And then they just have dinner set up in the gym. Like, I don't know if it's Heidi Lau. Map of China makes an appearance. You got one of the higher bro rappers on his left. And this man is wearing a red Heidi Lau colored dress shirt, which is like the craziest.
His name is No.
Yeah, this is
KNOW.
And this is Dan Dan's favorite. Yeah, Dan Dan loves.
I put Dan Dan on the song and he's like, okay.
Okay, no.
Okay, Mr. Bentley.
Yeah, ooh, Mr. Bentley. That was him. So you should go listen. Okay, but he's got the craziest tie I've ever seen in his life. And I was like, this man looks like he woke up and someone was like, get your ass down in the gym. Okay. This is basically like a UN conference right now, okay? Get your ass in the gym and wear something appropriate for once. And that's what he put on. It's like the most insane outfit I've ever seen. And then they're eating hot pot. Then afterwards, Jackson Wang is like, I gotta go. I gotta go. This is crazy. So he leaves. IShowSpeed rolled up his pants all the way. I guess he was hot. So he just looks like he's wearing a diaper now. Mm-hmm. And it's like bootylicious. And he's just standing there in like the shortest shorts I've ever seen. This is basically the live stream mixed in with random I don't know who set this up. It's just, okay, because there were speculations. Some people are like, I don't know. Some of it feels like it's clear that he was working with event coordinators in China to make sure that the trip was safe and to make sure that he could get from destination to destination and like smooth things out, because it was like a massive production for Speed to hit up 4 of like the biggest cities. There was a lot that he needed to get through. But the event coordinators were also like, throwing a little something. So he's walking down the street and he spots this kid leaned up against what looks like a really nice car. Speed's into cars. He's got a Lamborghini. He likes to jump over fast cars, you know? And he's just like leaning up against his car. Of course, Speed's gonna be like, what kind of car is that? I've never seen that car. That looks like a supercar. How come I don't have that car? I'm rich. And he walks up to him and he's like, what kind of car is that? And he's like, Xiaomi SU7 Ultra.
What kind of car is that? The quickest car in China? Let me rev it.
Please, have a seat.
Let me rev it.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. What kind of car is this? Xiaomi. Rev it.
There's no rev. It's a full electric.
Electric? This car not
It
fast?
has
1,500.
1,500. 1,500 horse. 1,500, yeah.
Yeah, 1,500.
Huracan has about 600.
So this car is faster than my Huracan?
Even faster.
It's the fastest electric car.
This car is faster than my Lamborghini, but it's electric.
It's electric, yeah.
3 electric motors.
What the kind of car is this? What car is this?
It's a full carbon fiber rear wing.
I ain't gonna lie. I gotta drive this. It's not cat. There's no way this car is faster than my Lamborghini. Wait, so this car is only in China?
For recently, yes, and maybe later they will go export.
Like, bro, I want to see how fast it is. I want to really test the speed of it.
First time.
How much does this car cost?
Retail is about $70,000.
70,000?
Yeah.
And it's faster than my Lamborghini.
Unfortunately, it is.
And it's electric.
All right, so I'm doing a little bit of acceleration. Hold
Let me see. Oh!
So
Damn.
that's all.
Whoa!
won't do any faster than that.
Quite rapid.
Bro, ain't no way! Yo!
Maybe a little more. Up to 70.
Bro, hold on, wait.
Yeah, please.
Yo, ain't no way! Damn!
Yeah, so
And it costs 70,000?
70,000. Yeah.
That's it? Chat, my Lamborghini costs $250,000.
Model S.
Why did I spend $250,000 on a car?
And I have a.
And this car is electric and it's 70,000 faster than my car.
Yeah.
He's like, okay. And the car owner is also a Speed's fan. So he's like, let me give you a tour. And suddenly I'm in a sponsored video. Suddenly I'm in a Xiaomi commercial.
And what's crazy is we had a Xiaomi.
Yeah, we did.
The robo vacuum.
Honestly, the best robot vacuum I've ever had.
It's like they went from making vacuums to boom,
Yeah.
here's an electric car.
Yeah, it was crazy. And he's like, this is the quickest car in China. He's like, what is it? Show me? And so the fan is like, I'll show you. No, because he's trying to say Xiaomi, but he's like, show me. He's like, yeah, get in the car. So he gets in the car. He's just in a random person's car at this point. I don't know how this man hasn't been kidnapped. And he's like, it's got 1,500 horsepower. Speed is like, 1,500? Only a Bugatti Chiron has got like 1,500.
This car is faster than my Lamborghini, but it's electric.
Xiaomi better have paid for this, okay? And he's like, well, how much is this car? This car is faster than my Lamborghini. It's only available in China and it's only $70,000?
Oh my god, you think he got paid?
I really hope so.
That's crazy.
Because I was like, damn,
But then you can't buy it here though. You can't buy it in America. It's only in China right now.
That's true, and you can't watch him in China technically.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's gotta have gotten paid.
But it feels like a very...
It's so natural, but then at some points I was like, because the way he's like, this car is faster than my Lamborghini and it's only available in China and this car is only $70,000 while my Lamborghini costs $250,000. Why don't they sell this in America? And I'm going,
What's that name nigga song?
Oh, you wanted that song?
Yeah. Man, turn this shit up, bro.
So netizens, some netizens were a little upset because certain stops felt very commercially planned like this. But I thought it was cute, you know? I thought it was okay. The live stream, his first day in China, lasted more than 6 hours. And it attracted 7 million viewers, I believe, while it was live.
Wow.
I don't know if it was at once, but like, yeah. And after that, Speed was on a bus fleeing away from his fans because they were also cat and mouse chasing him throughout the city. And you just see him like staring out the window, having like a, you know, what is that song? Unwritten?
Main character?
Yeah. Like,
where are we going?
home. You know, and he's just like looking out the window and looking at the Bund. You know, the Bund?
Oh yeah, the Shanghai bun.
Yeah, I mean, he's from Shanghai and he's just like, wow, China looks better in the dark. That looks beautiful, bro. And all the comments were like, bro, I did not expect to like China. Because although these are Americans and like, I don't know if my husband wasn't Chinese, I don't know if I would have fallen for all the propaganda. But like, there's lots of American propaganda where it's like, you get it. And there's bad things about every country, but it's so beautiful. It's literally so beautiful and so technologically advanced.
Yeah.
Like everything is crazy. Tiffany was like, when I get home from Shanghai, I always feel like I'm going back to like the countryside.
Yeah, it's like going back in time.
So netizens are commenting, damn, Speed has done more for world peace than the last 4 US presidents. He should get a Nobel Peace Prize for his trip to China.
Bing chilling. Wait, what is Bing chilling?
Okay, so his fans are obsessed with China. I will say it is kind of nice, especially because his fans, you know, I don't think he has like a predominantly Chinese American fan base. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so these are probably like a lot of Americans who have never really thought about going to China. So it is cute. And then the next day, he's leaving Shanghai and he's going to go to Beijing. He puts on the traditional Chinese red and green floral pattern and he arrives in the capital. And side note, I will say that I believe that pattern originated in Shanghai. I saw some comments of people being like, that's actually not a Beijing pattern, but it's like associated with I'm not trying to start fights. I'm not trying to start fights, please. So he's wearing those and he goes to the Forbidden City, the Palace Museum.
In the Forbidden Palace.
And he says, this is bigger than my whole town. Okay, and it's got like 200,000 visitors per day, and he's just amazed.
He had 3,000 wives?
Yes.
3,000 wives, and so he would the emperor would sleep with a new wife every day, and Speed is like calculating. He's like, bro, that's 10 years. Chat, that's 10 years. A new woman every day for 10 years, chat. How long did these emperors live? And she's like, actually, they died really early because they were having too much sex. So, okay, they would be dead.
Bro, the emperor was moving mad.
And he's like,
Damn, chat, that's crazy, chat.
okay, every time I watch IShowSpeed, half of my brain is so stimulated and the other half is like chat, drool. Like afterwards, I just want to stare at a wall and go, chat,
That's crazy, chat.
Also, I will say that people were really impressed at how Chinese fans were so nice to him. So I will say Chinese fans did crowd him. They were following him and they were obsessed. They were screaming. He needed his bodyguards so that they wouldn't crush him or like bombard him. But they were comparing this to another incident that happened when he was traveling abroad in Europe. He had sprained his ankle. His bodyguard had to carry him out of the building into the car, and people were literally ripping his hair out, and they sold it on eBay. They sold one of his braids that they yanked off of his head, and they put it on eBay labeled hand-picked IShowSpeed hair.
What?
Yeah, and in most cities in China,
is
everybody was
insane.
really nice. Yeah.
Wow.
And like people
Nobody like found the person?
I actually don't know, but there's videos of him and it looks really bad.
Wow.
Yeah. And so in Beijing, everybody's really nice. All of his fans just come up to him and like feed him. It was giving such East Asian. It was giving like when your East Asian parents don't tell you they love you, they asked if you ate yet, and all of his fans are literally just feeding him. At one point, one of his fans buys him the very famous Beijing, it's like a soy milk that's fermented. Okay, Tiffany was telling me about it, okay? And she said, it's actually like famously unique. You know, you go to Beijing, you drink it, Chinese neural pathways are creating in his brain. He suddenly knows the word ni hao, and his eyes are wide, and his fan takes the smallest sip. You can just tell the fan doesn't even like it, okay? And he's like, is it okay? Speed is like, no, it's good. And he takes more sips.
Wow.
Yeah, he never says, oh, it's not my vibe. Or like, that's crazy. He's like,
wow.
It's good. And he takes another sip.
W speed.
Yeah, and by the time he walks out of there, like he's like, I got a squid in my pocket, I got this in my hand, like I need help. So his bodyguards are taking the food away from him, and he's just walking down the street, and I'm like, is this I don't know if, okay, I will say it seems like a good chunk of it are his fans that are buying stuff to feed him. Because like you'll just see random people run up and they're like, IShowSpeed, I love you, eat this. And IShowSpeed has no fear of being poisoned. He does not care for his livelihood or his safety. He just be eaten. He's just eaten. He's like, what the is this? If you are having a hard time with tanghulu, because he was like, so sweet, and then now it's sour.
It's sweet as hell.
He was very confused by tanghulu. So I'm like, that milk should have done a number on you if tanghulu is doing a number on you. And then another fan is giving him like the blowing candy.
Damn, we've done all of those in like in the videos.
And then he's like, can you sign it? And Speed is like, wait, so I don't get to keep them? I have to sign them? And then he's like, no, you keep one and I keep one. And Speed is like, are you gonna sell it? And he's like, no, I will keep this for the rest of my life, I swear.
Bro.
No, he just looks so cute. They're so cute. And then also every time I saw it, my husband would be walking around because I'm like playing it and it's like a 20-hour live stream. So this has been my life for a minute. And my husband will stop by and he goes, I mean, they're just admitting they're on YouTube. You know, is that okay? And I'm like, I don't know. You tell me, okay? He's like, I don't know. These people are crazy. And he's walking away. So he's going to keep the little sign thing. And then they got to get into a tunnel, an underground tunnel. It's like a high-speed train, super underground. So he gets in and Speed is stressing. Everybody's stressing. His tour manager's stressing. And they're like, okay, And he's telling the chat, like, chat, there's gonna be a lag. Just don't exit out. I'm gonna be back after the lag. They said the tunnel is like really quick. So we're just gonna be in the underground tunnel really, really quick. So they get there and then he's like, everyone's checking their phones. Like, is it lagging yet? Is it lagging? And then he's like, chat, are you still there? And he's like, are we lagging? And you can see in the back, it's a tunnel.
Chat, if it lags, don't leave, okay? We're under tunnel. You can't get signal under the tunnel. Like, internet underground, too? Is it lagging now? It's still not lagging? Yo, China is insane. We're literally underground. Chat, everybody spell W China in a chat, bro. W China in a chat. It's not lagging and we're underground. That's actually fire.
2K, 144 PhD, no lag, no fucking lag. Okay, you go to New York and you're gonna take the train. You walk halfway down the steps, your phone is out of signal. You can still see the sky. You're basically still on the street. Your phone, you can't text anyone. You go down there, nothing. You can't text people. He's live streaming underground. Crazy.
That's crazy because YouTube is not in service in China.
Exactly.
So he's streaming underground with 2K resolution
on a VPN.
Yeah. That still streams faster.
No. And then I was thinking about this too. I was like, actually, if I went to China, and even if I were to use a VPN, which I would never do, I would follow all the rules. But even if I were to use a VPN to upload a video onto YouTube, it might upload faster than when I'm home and connected to like fiber internet cable and And I was like, maybe that's the solution. It's crazy. And everyone is commenting like China's internet is crazy. How are you underground on a train? And then people were saying even his 6-hour stream, 2K quality on a VPN the whole time.
Wow.
There was no buffering, no lagging at any point.
Dang.
Nothing. It's like so crystal clear. It's actually too clear.
Get it, Grandma. Come on.
So then after that, he goes to the Great Wall in Beijing and he does a backflip off of it. And everyone's just watching. Everyone's obsessed. And while they're at the Great Wall, he runs into this. And the caption this elderly woman put is, who is this? She doesn't know Speed. And she was like telling Speed, like, don't worry, I don't charge to take a video with me. Come here.
Oh, she thought it was just a foreigner.
Yeah, and she's like, don't worry, come here. And they took a video and she goes, who is this? No, she knew he's famous. It's a famous foreigner because people are surrounding him, but she doesn't know who it is. So she posts it with, who is this? That video within hours gets like 3.3 million likes, not even views, likes. And you want to know why? Because people don't know for the first 5 minutes who the Speed is, because her filter made Speed look like an extraterrestrial alien. The way his chin could fit on the tippy top of a number 2 pencil, the way his face shape is completely a heart now. Even in the background, his big ass, buff ass, muscular bodyguard got some long lashes. That's why they call him Pretty. That's why his nickname is Pretty. Because in the back of he's very pretty. Yeah, and the other bodyguard wasn't in there, so he's Biggie. But he looked very pretty. And he even made a Douyin later, and he said,
Xiaohongshu.
Yeah, he made a Xiaohongshu later, and he said, hey, Xiaohongshu, I know y'all gave me a nickname, Pretty. Yeah, and he's feeling himself. Everyone's feeling himself, okay?
Oh my God. They got followers in China.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to get back to the bodyguards because the bodyguards become celebrities.
Wow.
It's so insane. Now people have nicknamed that woman. This is No Charge Filter Auntie. Yeah, she is also now famous. And they say that all of the heads on her video turn into like the rubber droppers, you know? You know, like those serum containers where you you squeeze the top and it's like a heart-shaped top and you squeeze it.
Oh, that's specific.
Yeah. I mean, hypothyroidism, bro, is also specific. And so Speed doesn't know until he comes back to America and he's reacting to viral clips from China. And he looks at that video and he goes, bro, what the fuck is that filter?
Bro, what the fuck is this filter?
And people are obsessed. They're like, bro, this is crazy because in 2 days, in just Shanghai and Beijing, Americans are becoming obsessed with China. Like, people actually want to go to China. They're like, we want to go visit China. We want to go be a tourist over there. And they're like, everyone is saying like China's crazy. And I'm sure every country has very bad things about each country. People are like, whoa, we need to go there. I can stream under f***ing ground. So then he makes a last minute trip to Henan, and the 6-hour live stream ends up being his most popular one.
Really?
With 7.26 million viewers, because he decides that he wants to go to a Shaolin temple. And this is like the birthplace of Kung Fu. To show how serious it was, it starts with him wearing a bald cap.
Oh my god, you know what's funny?
What?
You should do a story on Shaolin.
Oh, the recent...
So Shaolin, head dude in charge, just got exposed. It's crazy.
Wait, for like doing the dirty?
Oh yeah, he does everything.
He does all the dirties.
T.
He'd be doing all the dirties.
But also the crazy part, so Shaolin is always been around in the books, like throughout the history of China. But they kind of went a little bit more, not distinct, like nobody cares about them anymore.
Yeah.
There's nobody in there, there's no money. The temples are getting really beat down.
Yeah.
He took it, treated it like a business. That's why he made it international. Now everybody, like American, everyone knows Shaolin Kung Fu. Wow. Like he made it famous. And he just got exposed after decades of running it.
All I know is he'd be getting girls. That's all I heard. I'm sure it's way more serious, but of course the internet makes it so unserious. So all I've seen so far is he'd be getting a lot of girls. That's all I know, but we'll see. Maybe there's crimes, maybe there's something. We'll see where it goes. But he decides he's going to go to the Shaolin temple and he wants to learn Kung Fu. So he's wearing a bald cap and a monk robe. He shows up like that. And I'm like, what the f*** is happening?
I want to learn some Kung Fu, bro.
And he spends 2 hours in the mountains asking passerbys for directions to find the temple. They're getting fucking lost in the mountains.
I'm very nervous right now.
And finally, they find a temple and he's so excited. He's on his knees. He's begging them, train me, please, master, train me. And there's this picture I'm going to insert for you. It's just like his booty's popped out. He's on all fours. And there's just like a Chinese old guy sitting like, what the f*** is happening? And the monk tells him in Chinese. And the translator is like, okay, let me translate this for you. Because he's like, please train me, master.
Please, I will do anything. I want to be just like you. Train me, master.
And the Chinese monk tells him, find inner peace. Keep this inside. Don't be so excited. He's like, shut the fuck up. And he goes, train me, please. And so they do all this like Kung Fu, you know, and it's like very lame. He's just had to like frog jump and go up and down the mountain for like an hour.
Go! Go! Oh. No. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, beautiful. Oh, fuck.
And then do like the horse stance until his legs start cramping. And then after hours of doing like the most basic stuff that really doesn't even matter, they tell him, hey, this is like a business. This is a private Kung Fu training school. It's not a temple. And he's like, what the fuck? I thought I was getting trained by a high monk, like a master monk. What the fork is happening?
Oh, go!
So then he gets back out, and turns out the passerbys, they didn't understand what he was asking for. He just kept saying he wanted to learn Kung Fu, so they sent him to the private business. So then he has to go and look for the real temple. He finds the real temple.
God bless America!
Local officials had to step in to show him which
Wow.
ones were the real temples, because they were like, oh, you're looking for a real temple? Okay, I guess we'll show you because it's like in the mountains. And he goes and he meets Master Liang at the Shaolin temple. And you already know that this is the real master, because every time Speed tries to bow or kneel, the master is like very upset, like telling him to get up. And then he's also on his knees.
Why?
I guess they don't like being kneeled down to. So anytime Speed kneels, he's kneeling. And honestly, I love this man. I love this man.
The monk?
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
why?
I don't think he's a monk. He's got hair.
I mean, some monk can have hair.
Oh, okay. Well, he's got a lot of it.
Master Liang.
Master Leon. Please teach me Kung Fu.
Okay, no problem.
And he's teaching him Kung Fu. And he said Kung Fu is not just fighting. Kung Fu is training your mind. Kung Fu is not full of power. You need to leave some power to save yourself. Not just hurt the enemy. You need power to save yourself.
I'm learning Kung Fu, please.
Speed is like, I want to learn nunchucks.
1, 2. Oh.
They start teaching him like real Kung Fu and it looks real.
Oh, really? It looks different this time.
Yeah, they have like this long rope thing with a bag attached and they're like it's like very intense. And they're learning that and he needs to have an iron shirt, which is where you use energy to make your body.
铁布衫.
Yes, but basically
It's similar to what you have. 朱砂掌. The red ass hand.
okay, you better watch out because I might be like a Kung Fu master. Okay, I want to go to China after this.
More brief. Don't have fight. Your life is in sky, in earth, in fire, and in water.
And so they said he needs to have an iron shirt and the only way to get it is to get beat up.
Hey, I'm ready. Come on, y'all. Come on. I'm ready. Let's go.
So the master and him are doing like the energy movements and then a monk comes up to him and slams a giant wooden stick on his arm until it breaks. And like that's how you learn how to hold this energy and stuff. And I will say it looks very painful and Speed is like dying after the first one on his arm.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, he gets hit with the stick and then all of a sudden he knows how to say ni hao, so I think it did something to him. Yeah. And so he's dying, okay? They have to go through 2 more sticks. But what people were really impressed was he actually like you can see that he's in a lot of pain. But he's taking it seriously. Like Speed wants to keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he seems very genuine about wanting to learn more.
You know, like you gotta say, like, you know, he's like extra dramatic all the time.
Yeah.
But at the important moments, he's like really high EQ.
Yeah.
He never acts like a fool at the wrong time. I mean, at least from the clips I've seen in China.
There was one where this was not a setup. This girl in China just comes up to him and just starts saying some vile racist stuff, which doesn't really excuse anything. It doesn't mean anything. Like, you really shouldn't say that, especially like you're not representing your country. Well, a lot of Chinese netizens were really upset with her, right? But the way Speed handled it was very impressive. Because it would have been so easy for him to be like, oh my God, chat, did you hear that, chat? Right? But instead he was like, guys, I don't think she knew what she was saying. Like, I think she was just saying random stuff. So it's like he's even still trying to like protect her from his own chat while she says some crazy stuff. So it was actually really, and I was like, damn. I don't know anything else about him, okay? But it was cute. Anyway, he seems really genuine about being a monk. So he's like, he's getting back up and he's at the end. He tells the monk, because it's not, he has Master Liang who's like doing the energy with him. And then a monk comes up and hits him with the stick. And he's like, I want to do what you did to me, to you.
Tell Master Shane I would like to do what he did on me.
You want to flip the script?
Oh yeah, he's like, I'm gonna hit you with the stick. And the monk literally just nods. And then he does his energy and he's standing there and Speed comes in, whacks him with the stick, it breaks, and the monk stands back up.
Hey, get there, Master Shane. Payback is a mother. You don't feel that?
And Speed is like, what the f? Because he wanted him to be in pain. And he was like, you know what? I'm sorry. And Speed starts apologizing to him. And he was like, I'm sorry, man. Like, you're the one. You're the one, okay? And it's really so cute because, and I don't know if I just like to see the good in everyone, right? But at the end, like, you just see Speed trying to ask for, like, his team. He's like, where's the cash? Like, I really want to...
Tip them?
Like, I want to bless the temple.
Oh, bless the temple.
You know, like I want to like give them something back. And so he keeps trying to give the cash to the master. And he's like, friend, friend, we don't do money. Friend, we are our country, my country, whole world. We are all friends because of Kung Fu. And people
Okay, now, along with the top guy of Shaolin who just got charged.
with like embezzling money. Okay.
I mean.
No, but I trust this one. He was so sweet. And he said, I have an idea, because Speed keeps trying to give him the money. He's like, give it to the kids. They can buy snacks. And like the kids are there and they're all so excited. And then, before the kids even came in, the master was like, okay, we got kids. Can they take a picture with you? And Speed was like, bring them in. And so because the master speaks English. So he switches to Chinese and he's like, bring the kids in. And Speed is just standing there going.
Yeah, tell your students to come in.
After all that great bonding, okay? So all the comments are, this is, Speed has finally experienced classic Chinese story. Go through days of difficulties, finally find the master. Yeah, it's so cute. It honestly was adorable. So then he goes to Chengdu. Chengdu is often called the panda base because it's the only region where the wild giant pandas are naturally found. So naturally, Speed decides that he's going to get panda makeup.
Chad, this look fire low key. I look too much like a panda though.
And turn himself into a panda, which he does take off eventually. And he's just wearing a panda headband with like pandas. And the city is surrounded by bamboo forests. It's a really beautiful area. And Speed is very excited for Panda Land.
They putting needles in my body, bro.
And he goes to this like traditional Chinese medicine clinic. And the traditional medicine practitioner is checking his pulse. And he proudly announces, you do not have hypothyroidism. And everyone's clapping like, yeah! And it's just like the cutest little, everything is turning into like a variety show. This is like the cutest, most wholesome live stream that I've ever seen in my life, although there is some drama. But people were saying, is this all like so set up? Is this also propaganda? But who cares, because it's so cute. And like the reactions are so wholesome, right? It's same. It's the American in us. You go to Asia, why the fuck am I getting hot tea right now? Give me an ice water. I just walked around town. Get me a fucking ice water, please. Okay, so he's dying, but he's still trying all the tea. Very sweet. And by this point, Speed's two bodyguards start going crazy. They start getting viral on Douyin, on Chinese social media, because even like Chinese mainstream news are covering little bits of Speed's trip. They're just saying like super famous American live streamers visiting China and he loves it, right? Stuff like that. And so people are like watching all of this, and these two bodyguards in other countries, people were comparing when Speed travels to other countries, the bodyguards are fucking stressed. People are trying to rip out Speed's hair and like sell it on eBay. Meanwhile, in China, it seems like as long as you can control the crowds at restaurants, at establishments, bro, the bodyguards are on a paid vacation is the joke in China. In Chengdu, while Speed is trying acupuncture, he is screaming. The camera pans to his bodyguard, his buff ass bodyguard, who is drinking like the daintiest little bubble tea. Like, it looks like a tiny little shot glass in his hand, okay? He's like sucking on the little milk bubbles, okay? And someone on the side is like, what are you drinking? And he's like, I'm drinking tea. It's good for your skin, they said, right?
What are you drinking? I'm drinking it because it's good for your skin, right?
And so,
like, how's my skin?
Yeah, and so he's like, they call me pretty, you know that, right? And so the netizens are commenting, I told you, chewing, chewing, chewing. Traveling, chewing, chewing, chewing. It's just not the same everywhere. Chewing, 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 chewing. Okay. After returning from China, people are joking. The bodyguard is telling Speed, find someone else. I also have fans. I've got fans too now. Eating the hot pot. Chinese netizens start joking. Speed, I am dying. Bodyguard, I'm eating. Okay. There's another one. Bodyguard, hot pot attacks my boss. I have to attack the hot pot. Okay. It's said in one very viral post in China, because Chinese people are having different reactions than Americans, that the bodyguard gained 10 pounds. And they were doing a before and after picture from his trip in China. He gained 10 pounds, they said. He be eating good. Eating good. He also, one of the people that Speed really wanted to meet was Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan?
Yeah, he met him. But Jackie Chan only wanted to meet him in private, no live streaming, no filming.
What?
And Speed was so excited. He went, and then later back in America, he live streamed that he was actually really happy that there was no live streaming, no pictures, nothing, because he could just focus on everything Jackie Chan said, and he said he was so inspirational.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. See, that's kind of cool though to hear. Like, it seems like Jackie Chan really actually want to meet.
Yeah, like
not for content, not for clout.
Yeah, not for like, oh, Americans, hi again.
Like, come on, bring your fans
Yeah.
here. But more so like he genuinely just want to connect with Speed. Wow,
And
that is so fascinating, right?
They got together privately, and he said Jackie Chan was so inspiring. And I bet it was probably nice for Speed too, to not have to worry about making it the most entertaining moment, you know?
Yeah. Wow.
And then he wanted to meet Jackie Chan, which he met in private. He wants to meet Wao Qi, who is the singer of Sunshine Rainbow White Pony, which there's drama about that, but we're going to get there. And then he wanted to meet, the third person he wanted to meet is Tian Yiming.
Is it the singer?
Super Idol.
Super Idol 的笑容多美你的甜
Exactly. Okay. So his whole thing is he is famous for singing over the top, greasy style, high quality man trope. Like he wears a suit, super greased back hair, and everything he says is just oily, greasy. And people love him. He goes viral all the time with Super Idol and all of this. So Speed is like, I want to meet him. And they meet, and he shows up not in costume. He shows up looking like his normal self. And he's actually like, I mean, people fell in love with this guy.
Oh.
Like he
wasn't in character.
He wasn't in character. A lot of Chinese netizens like that he's, again, not trying to sit there and like capitalize and like trying to get an American audience and do too much. Like he was just like, oh, Speed wants to meet me and do a TikTok with me, so I'm going to meet him and do a TikTok with him. And like, I'm honored and like, okay, it was so nice seeing you. Bye. It didn't feel like I'm gonna stick around and keep talking and like do a lot. And so people are like, God, this guy's so humble and so cool. So Chinese people fell more in love with him. Americans fell more in love with him after that. Yeah, it was actually really cute. People say he's so classy. Like he's just got that top star energy. He's not clowning around.
He's not greasy.
Yeah, he's not greasy. And as he's walking around Chengdu, people are just like feeding him. Fans are feeding him. People are squirting like drinks into his mouth when he gets thirsty. And then there is an unk.
The unk. The goose unk.
In Chengdu is where he meets the unk. And that is where I leave you with part 1. Because in part 2, the unk lore is gonna make you cry. The backstory of the unk, the Americans only know what you saw on Speed's live stream, but there's back lore for the unk. There's drama. A restaurant and a business owner gets completely wrecked and canceled. A whole TV network gets like dragged through the mud in China because of Speed, because of unk. Not because of them, but like because of how they handled the situation. Oh, there's so much drama. Like so far it's been wholesome, but it's about to get dramatic. It's about to get crazy. Just you wait. Just you freaking wait. And that's going to be in part 2. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Were you about to say apatu? Okay, we have been addicted. But I do need to tell you about something that I saw the other day. This was a video that was going viral, and I saw a brief clip where someone was trying to translate for me and it wasn't making sense, so I sent it to our Chinese researchers because I was like, I need to know what the fork is happening. Even just by watching the body language, watching the way that everybody is reacting, I can't figure it out. This is the video. I'm going to explain it to you. During the 2023 Chinese New Year, so this is early 2023, they have these event spaces that everyone can book, and it's for a few weeks. Everybody, every company, every family, every church, every community is hosting a Chinese New Year festival, and it's like a huge gathering. It almost looks like a wedding hall. You've got a stage, you've got music playing, you've got MCs, hosts, you've got everybody getting served scallops at their tables. This is one of those. And in this building, the door slams open and a woman rushes to the front of the stage, and she is decked out in this velvet gray tracksuit. And on top of it, she's wearing what appears to be a Louis Vuitton coat.
Wow.
Yeah. And she's very pretty. She looks maybe 30, okay? And she screams, I am under personal threat. If you don't see me after today, I am dead.
Damn.
I was like, oh my goodness. This is not a mots. Like, this is crazy. What's happening, okay? And she's elbowing the staff that's trying to grab her to take her off the stage because, I'm sorry, ma'am, I don't care what's happening today or tomorrow. This is not your event. And she's screaming, all of you must testify on my behalf. Before she can even finish speaking, staff are still intervening her, stopping her, trying to get her off the stage. Whoever's behind the DJ booth, they're boosting the music up. They said, happy music, 100. They said all the way up, I'm just gonna move my finger. Okay? She's upset by this. She's unwilling to back down. She turns around immediately and points at the stage, just yelling at people, screaming. And then she pushes her way back onto the stage. She's attempting to grab the microphone from the host. She's blocked by organizers. It feels like I'm watching an NFL game. This is my version of sports. This is the type of sports that I watch. Chaos is ensuing. People are getting shoved and pushed. And she can't get the microphone from the host. She just starts yelling into the crowd, I have evidence! Charles Huang said if I can get the evidence, he'll self-exit!
What?
What the fork is going on? Before she can even speak more, now they're trying to physically take her off the stage. At one point, it looks like they're about to pick her up and levitate her. She wiggles her way out of her Louis Vuitton coat and she screams, okay, today, the music goes louder. And her LV coat slips completely off and unintentionally reveals her very well-proportioned figure. She's got an hourglass shape, looks like a Coke bottle, honestly. This becomes important later. I'm not just objectifying her. Okay. And she's just standing there in like her gray tracksuit, but like body banging. Body banging. Good for you. Finally, 4 people half push, half pull her like a little lobster ready to get grilled off the stage. And once she's off, now she can finally hear what a few men... Okay, I will describe the people sitting. Half of them continue to eat. Half of them stop mid-chew, staring at her. Some of the waiters are even stopped serving mid-scallop, just staring at the commotion. A handful of men, I would say one in particular, is standing up to scream back at her. And I thought they'd be screaming like,
shut up, you're weird, what are you doing? What do you mean? Who are you talking about?
Right? But they just tell her, you're in the wrong room! Next door!
What?
Next door, go next door. This ain't the room, go next door. Wrong event. And she literally stops yapping right away. Her face is like, you know when you're wrong? And it's so obvious you're wrong, but you still want to be angry because, I don't know, dignity, right? That's her. She's like... And then she just storms out of there. She storms. Her shoulders are like fluffing back and forth. How can you be wrong and angry? That's crazy to me, okay? And they're just screaming, go next door, go next door. And she's like, next door? I fucking will go next door. Like, that's her energy. It's crazy. She grabs her jacket, like rips it off the guy, and it's like, charges out the door. And turns out she does go next door, and she screams up on the stage for another 20 minutes. Then she lays down on the floor and starts screaming some more for another 10 minutes. And then eventually the cops are called. Okay. Now there's so many questions. So many questions. What is this woman so upset about? Who is threatening her? By the way, this is in California at a Chinese New Year event, but everybody's speaking Mandarin, right? But this is in California. Who's threatening her? Attendees of the second event are saying, I have no clue what's going on. This is what she said. It was like half an hour. 10 police officers had to escort her away. And everyone online was like, wait, who is she saying? Charles Huang said something about evidence? Who's Charles Huang? I can tell you this right now. He's a billionaire. And this case is about to get so bizarre. My husband and I have been together for 10 years, and I thought I was a 1D type of girl. And turns out I am not. There is another secret second D in my life that my husband introduced me to. So it just makes everything better, worse. I don't know. It's up to you. But it just helps me take care of things and protects me in a way that my husband can, but maybe it might be too time consuming. That is delete me. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wow, that's like took a different turn. I thought this was going somewhere else, but okay.
It's delete me. I need delete me in my life. I'm not even joking. The fact that delete me helps protect me and helps protect both of us and has been for years is like the best part. You guys know when you're online shopping and they offer you 20% off your order if you sign up for emails and text messages. I can't resist the 20% off. I always fall for it and I always end up with random text messages, spam emails, and worse, the data brokers get more information on me. And if you didn't know, data brokers are corporations that literally just crawl on the internet searching for your private information and eventually sell your profile alongside your personal contact information. The profile may consist of things like your driver's license number, passport number, social security number, any personal identifying data that someone could buy or steal your identity with. They could rack up credit card debt in your name, plummet your credit score, get into your bank account, steal your identity, which is why I don't shut up about Delete Me. I tell everybody about it. Here's how it works. Okay, Delete Me is a hands-free subscription service, meaning all you have to do is sit back and relax while Delete Me's in-house privacy experts remove your personal information that's being sold online by data brokers. So your phone numbers, addresses, age, legal name, photos, emails, old addresses, relatives, social media accounts, marital status, and more. Delete Me does it all themselves. Their only focus is online protection and effective personal information removal. They are US headquartered. They don't send out your removal requests to other partners. When you work with Delete Me, you are working exclusively with Delete Me, which is a big deal. However, for all of my international viewers, don't worry. Delete Me is actively expanding their services to other countries around the world, and they have international plans available as well. Delete Me truly believes in your right to own, manage, and remove your personal private information for everyone. Get 20% off Delete Me US consumer plans when you go to joindeleteme.com/bis20 and use promo code bis20 at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/bis20, code bis20. And thank you, Delete Me, for sponsoring today's video, and let's get into it. When this video goes viral, everyone is like, who is that woman? Okay, before we even get to the billionaire, we need to know who she is because the connection isn't sensing. It doesn't make any sense. What is she screaming about? So they find her, and this woman's name is Sunny. She used to be a Pilates instructor, but eventually she decided to explore the age-old philosophical question that even the Stoics could not solve. Is 12 inches ethical?
What?
We are talking about a man's hard drive.
Hi girls, 我是 Sunny， 欢迎搭乘妮妮幸福快车，车速快，系好安全带。
She has videos on YouTube, and she says, if your connection with your partner is not there anymore, no matter how skillful a man is, useless. If your skill is there, but your hardware is not there, you can still make it work, even if your hardware is not performing. I'm gonna teach you guys how to bare hand measure a man's hard drive.
关系不到位，技巧再好都白费；技巧很到位，硬件不够也能往上凑一凑。
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. She's posting this on YouTube?
Yeah.
So she's a YouTuber.
Yeah, but in Chinese.
Oh.
So all of this is in Chinese. I had it translated, and the Chinese researcher is like, I'm so scarred. And I'm like, me too.
And what did she just say exactly? Hard drive what?
Yes. So she's talking about how it's all about, it's not really about the size of a man's banana. His hard drive.
Okay.
His hardware.
It's not about size, got it.
It's not about the size of his water bottle, his Stanley cup, his,
It's about what? Surprise?
Wait, what is it?
No, let me explain what she says. By the way, she's holding a whip during all of this. Like, just casually. Like, you know how YouTubers have props? Like, they'll have a spatula with a microphone attached to the spatula?
Like your nose stick?
My nose stick. Hers is a fucking whip. It's a crop.
Okay.
Yeah, and she's just casually holding it, flinging it around. And then eventually she brings a banana onto the screen and it's a whole joyous time, yeah.
为什么我拿香蕉？因为香蕉有营养。
And she says, ever since back in the day, our women's chest sizes from A to Z, everyone can see it. You know, it makes us having to hide it, squeeze it, tuck it, conceal it. But why are men's private parts so private? If we want to figure it out, we have to use random myths and theories. And she goes on to list all the myths, you know, 3 thumbs. That's what they say. Grab a man and say, show me your thumb, bitch. And then add up 3 of them. And they say that's
Don't be doing it right now. That's crazy.
So they say 3 thumbs. And then she says, bigger the nose, the bigger the hard drive. They say from elbow to wrist is your foot. And then from your foot, it's like minus a few inches. It's like a whole thing, okay? She says we're looking at nose sizes, shoe sizes, hand sizes, height, feet sizes. We're looking at everything. I actually have a tip on how to figure out a man's private size before.
Is this you or from her?
No, me.
Oh,
I have a tip, yes.
You, okay.
It is...
Wait, so this is all her or...
All the myths, she's ranting about it.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just telling you, this is how you know a man's size. You ask them directly to their face, their size. Don't do this at work, because you will go to HR. And then you can't be like, see, I watched this YouTuber. It's a whole thing. You know, they're not going to want to hear that. Do this consensually. You ask them what their size is. And then you subtract like 4. 4 inches, yeah. And then sometimes
That's
if they...
negative.
Yeah. If they talk a really big game, you're like subtracting a 5. And she says, truth is, all of these myths are not real. I will tell you how to measure it. Now, Stephanie is saying the only drawbacks of Sunny's way of measuring a man's hardware is that you have to be in the same room as him. He has to have his pants off, and you have to be kind of like holding it.
What?
So, you know how like all the other myths are like 3 thumbs, look at his hands. Sunny says none of those work. The only way that works is like you gotta grab your hand and like you gotta use your hand to measure.
What?
I genuinely...
Like with a ruler and everything?
Yes, I genuinely don't understand the purpose of this video because I'm like, who's doing this? Who is doing this? It's not for the girlies because it's like, if I'm already seeing it, it's too late. You know, I saw it. But she says, I'm going to show you how to measure with a banana. And
with a banana?
Yes, don't do as Sunny says because they will know you're measuring. Like, it's not even casual. She says, let me show you 2 hand gestures. One is this, ding. And she's pointing at her. A finger gun. She got finger guns. She said, this is for length. And then she said, ding. An okay sign. She said, this is for girth.
Okay.
This is the same woman who says, I'm dead tomorrow if you don't help me. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to put the dots together here. So the myths are myths, but her methods, you just need 2 finger symbols and you're good to go. Okay. So she usually says from your index, like there.
From what?
Like your index finger. From the starting point of where your thumb ends. You know, that little web.
Yeah.
To the end nail of your index finger. It's about 3.9 inches. She says, so you just, you know that little web where your thumb is? You just put that at the tippy top of the hard drive. And then you, ding, see if it's longer than your index finger. You go, ding. And she's doing this so serious while holding a whip. So please, be serious. Don't laugh. It's very serious. And if it's longer than the index finger, she says, enough, okay? If it passes the middle finger, great, but still enough. That's all you need, really. All you need is an index finger of length.
超过你的食指其实就已经很标准了。如果还超过你的中指，够用了。
She said, for girls' pleasure, length actually ranks the last. You know what's second to last? Girth. She says, you girth it, overlaps, not good enough. If your fingers are overlapping, not the best. Okay, index finger to thumb. Overlap? No. Because she's saying that the diameter of a girl's croissant is only about a little less than an inch. As long as you can still kind of hold it, that's a good okay sign. That's okay, you know? Length, measurement, those are very important. But she says, you know, men always forget the most important thing. And that's the rockiness. The hardness of the hardware.
最重要的不是长度，也不是粗度，而是硬度。
She says you have to at least be able to have enough hard in your hardware to go through the croissant. She says, you
What
have
is
to
going on right now?
enter the croissant to let us know that you are here. That is the bare minimum. How can we know that you are here if you cannot enter through the front door? The bar is so low, okay? But Sunny says 2 inches is more than enough.
2 inches?
Yeah.
Really?
Sunny's standard for hardness is the harder, the better. And she says, combining these 3 elements that we can conclude, the hardness is greater than the girth is greater than the length. It's math, it's STEM. And she says, but if you are a man and you just measured and you were shorter than 2 inches, well, I have options for you. 1, you can fly to France and get an enlargement surgery. They have the best in France. It's the country with the highest rate of enlargement surgeries. Another option is to come to the United States and find Sunny. She doesn't explain exactly what she's going to do with these men that's less than 2, but Sunny claims that she can help them, quote, increase length, girth, and hardness. Oh, yeah.
Wait.
Yes.
She's a YouTuber?
She's a expert in hardware. She said she used to be a Pilates instructor.
Oh.
And then all these girls were talking about how Pilates was giving them that gorilla grip. And she was like, what are you saying? And they were like, you don't know? You don't know why I do Pilates? You don't know why I got a reformer? It's for the gorilla grip. And then she said, what? That's so strange. Then she looked online and she was like, that does make sense because you're doing your pelvic muscles and stuff. So then she ends up becoming a sex expert instructor. She creates videos and writes articles about how women can achieve maximum happiness in areas of the house that you do things in. So she even creates this whole math equation, the female pleasure formula, to explain how women receive maximum pleasure during the process. And it's this. Formula equals lust and love times parentheses hardness plus duration plus skill plus explosiveness plus girth plus length. Bruh, I don't even know how to do that.
What?
I don't know what, do I end up with an answer or a number? Do I end up with a you're doing good? Or do I end up with 100 over 3? What is the ultimate? I don't know. But she said, this is the formula. Now, according to Sunny, lust and emotional connections are prerequisites for all of this. And she just goes on. And she says, truly, it's all about the hardware and the skills. She says, skills are so important. Men should not be going in blind. Then nobody is going to have fun. This is how she describes it. She says, he has to have the strength of those drills that you drill into the ground.
That's a lot. That's like a drill, right? Electric drill.
But into the cement. Not into the drywall, buddy. Into the cement. And then you got a headache after. You gotta wear a hard hat. She says you gotta have the strength of a drill and the speed of a sewing machine. Otherwise,
what?
And then when we're so close to the finish line, your frequency per second has to last about 30 seconds. You have to maintain the of the sewing machine and the hardness of the drill for 30 seconds at least. Or else, get out the room.
Damn.
So what does she have to do with the billionaire? Why is she going to die? Why is she breaking in to these freaking convention centers having Chinese New Year festivities and screaming, I'm going to die, wiggling out of her Louis Vuitton coat? Who is Charles Huang? Charles Huang has nothing to do with what I thought he had to do with. For some reason, I said he's a billionaire. Mm-hmm. What do you imagine he's partaking in? I thought entertainment billionaire who runs an entertainment. Maybe he owns a conglomerate of nightclubs.
BitConnect.
Hooked to a coin. I don't know. Billions of dollars in an industry. He's a COVID tycoon. I'm like, what the fuck is a COVID tycoon? That sounds dystopian. It's very dystopian. He made billions of dollars during COVID selling COVID testing kits. Yeah.
It's from him.
He's a guy from the village went to Wuhan University, kept trying to make money, he made an investment group, like a VC Capital One venture Connect. Bro, whatever. Okay, whatever. You fill in the blanks, okay? He made one of those investment firms and then he didn't have any investors. So then people were like, how do you have an investment firm without any investors? That's the whole point of an investment firm. So that was him for most of his life until COVID hit and he started selling COVID testing kits. They were like manufacturing COVID testing kits. Now, he's 19 years older than Sunny. And suddenly, he decides that he is going to hire this Pilates turned pleasure expert as the PR, the head of PR, public relations of his Pisaka Capital. That's the name of his capital, like venture fund.
So he runs a investment company.
Yes.
Right? He invests money into these
But
businesses.
most of his investments are in like medical supplies, like COVID testing kits. But then he hires this pleasure expert to be the head of PR. She has no experience in finance, investment, medical, or public relations.
So is this after her YouTube career?
This is like after her YouTube career, he hires her. He's like, hey, come be the head of PR at my investment firm.
Okay.
So then she gets hired. But people are like, there's no way that she just applied for the job and got chosen. She was probably Charles's private coach or instructor and then got hired for PR because he was like, the way you do the P to the everything is good. So he hires her because right after getting Sunny a job at his investment firm, a high paying job, Charles buys a row of townhomes. Cause like, that's what you do when you're a billionaire. You don't buy a singular townhome. You go and you see a whole neighborhood and you say, I like that one. The whole neighborhood. I would like to buy one of every single one of them. One in each color, please.
Parker Avenue.
Yes. He buys a whole row of townhomes. And he says, it's for employee living. You know, I'm going to house employees there. Sunny ends up moving into one of them. He even flew her to Wuhan University because there was like an alumni gathering. And they went together. So it's like, something is weird here. She does not seem to be the PR. But like, why is she screaming? So here's what we know. We know that she's a Pilates instructor turned pleasure instructor. Then she gets hired at this massive investment firm to be the head of PR. And then later on, she 2023 bursts into New Year celebrations to say, the billionaire that I work for, I'm gonna die. Now people are like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Is this billionaire going to kill her? So then they look more into this billionaire. He's actually a very charitable dude. That's all we could find online about him. Most of his stuff pre-Sunny is all about how much he donates. So he becomes a billionaire. He grew up with nothing in a small little village. He had no money. His family could only send one of their kids to school. He's the eldest son, so he gets chosen. And he pledged to donate $100 million to his alma mater schools. So he went to Wuhan University. I think he did grad school in the UK. So he's like pledging to give them tons of money. He's always donating. He donated to the Chinese hospital in New York. There's this huge hospital in New York that houses a lot of Chinese patients and all the doctors speak Chinese. So it's great for people to go there. And he said, if Chinese people don't care about the Chinese hospital, then who will? So he was trying to set a precedent of Chinese investors and Chinese billionaires to donate to these types of establishments because everyone needs help. That's all we know about Charles, really, until 2023, Sunny bursts into the New Year's festivities and starts screaming. That's 2023. Nothing really happens out of that until 2024. So a year passes, Sunny doesn't die, nobody knows what's going on. Turns out, Charles reveals that he is going to be suing Sunny for extortion. This becomes a huge trial in the US. It's still ongoing, the whole legal proceedings, but it is revealed that from April to September 2022, they engaged in sex maybe 5 to 6 times. Charles and his hired PI representative, Sunny.
Okay.
He's saying, so I hired her, and during the time of her employment, we did it.
Okay.
We did it like 6 times. He tells the judge, okay, during this time, we were both attracted to each other for our own reasons. I was attracted to her for her body like a bottle figure.
Is that what he said?
He said attractive figure.
Oh, okay.
A body like a Coke bottle.
Okay.
Glass bottle figure. and personality, of course. And Sunny was attracted to me for my money and my luxurious lifestyle. He's got a jet. COVID tycoon's got a jet. This is dystopian. From the very beginning, there was no love in our relationship, right? Because from the first time that they started having the intimate moments, he says that unbeknownst to him, he did not know this at the time, Sunny was secretly recording a lot of their intimate incidents.
That's wild.
Then, near the end of 2022, they decide, we're not boinking good enough. It's not working. The hardware is not connecting with the croissant. It's just not the vibe. It's not the vibe, right? And then he thought it was all good. He thought, it's fine. I gave her some money. We're doing great. We're being mature about it. But then January of 2023.
Did they break up or they just stopped talking, stop hanging out? Okay.
January of 2023, he gets this random call from a couple from Nevada, like near Vegas. Las Vegas, Nevada, named Li Hua Stearns and Xiaodong Xie. They're both Chinese. And they contact Charles and they say, we have something you need to see. Meet us at a Starbucks. So they meet at a Starbucks in Arcadia in Los Angeles, okay? And they sit down and they don't say that they were sent by Sunny. They don't say anything. They don't even say, we know Sunny, okay? They say, we have a video of you. And they slide over the file. It's like all happening in a Starbucks. There's like teenagers drinking pumpkin spice lattes right next to them. And this is all going down. And they're like, so many Chinese people here. Yeah, that's what's happening, okay? All we know about this couple is that the woman of the couple was arrested multiple times for sex work.
Okay.
She has no other record. She tried to open up a massage parlor recently, but due to her previous convictions of being engaging in sex work, her license was denied for a massage parlor because the authorities took one look at it and they said, what are you going to be massaging, Lee? What are you going to be massaging? So they said denied, right? Now, the three of them are at Starbucks and they get straight to the point. They're showing him the videos with Sunny. One of them is like him taking off his pants, taking off his undergarments. Out comes his hardware. Surprise.
What does he look like? He's older, right?
Charles?
Yeah, Charles.
Oh, he looks like a man that would be part of your parents' church congregation. He looks like an ajashi. He's middle-aged. He looks like a dad.
Oh, okay. How old is he? Is he old? Like you say he's
50s.
Like 50s.
Yes. Okay. But he definitely he's not Mark Zuckerberg. He's not fucking Telegram CEO Giga Chad. He definitely looks like a dad.
Okay.
Like he looks like he looks like Warren Buffett when he was 50, but like Chinese. You know what I mean? He's not going down that route.
Okay.
He's going down the other route.
Okay. He's a dad. He
said relatability is my marketing.
He's not a daddy.
He's not a daddy.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not a daddy. So, yeah. Now, here's the problem. As we mentioned before, Charles does have a very positive image in China, at least. I'm sure everyone in America is like, what the fork, bro? What is a COVID tycoon that's dystopian? But everyone in China is like, you know what? He's a billionaire and he is from the village. It's a come up story, rags to riches, and he donates a lot of money. Maybe we'll eat him second to last. We're going to eat Wanda Group first. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like that. He's got a very clean image considering, because he's in like the medical industry and people think, okay, he seems nice. And not to mention, because he's in the medical industry in China, that's very big. You cannot just be boinking around with people. When you're in the medical industry, people expect you to be a good person. Which is so ironic because people in the medical industry, like the CEOs and the billionaires, usually not good people. But he needs solid reputation to have good relationships with investors, but also patience so that people trust his medical devices, such as his COVID kits. So he knows exactly how much reputation means to him. And this could be his downfall, especially for a Chinese billionaire. So on the spot, the Nevada couple say, 200 million and we'll make the video go away. 200 million USD.
Wow.
Do you know that in the entire world, there are only about 20,000 people who have that kind of money?
20,000 people?
That's it. And Charles says, yeah, I'm not one of them. Okay. I'm a billionaire for sure, but like 1 billion. Okay. And like, I already spent a lot of money. I have a jet. I've got like an $18 million house in LA. Oops. Yeah. So I can't get you $200 million. Like, do you think billionaires just have billions of dollars in cash? I don't have that kind of money. There's no way I can get you that money without people finding out about this. Which would defeat the purpose of me giving you that money. He's like, this is ridiculous. This is laughable. You think you're in a James Bond movie? Think again, bitch. How about 20 million? He said, that seems more reasonable, does it not? Yeah? So that day, Charles wires them $600,000. And he said, I'm going to get you the rest of the $20 million when I can get you the $20 million, but I got to jump through hoops because this is an investment group. Like my money is vested. I am hedging my money. I'm funding my money. I don't know. He's giving them financial excuses that I'd be like, you know what? That makes sense. That makes sense. His money is moneying. So he needs to pause the moneying to extract the money and give me the money. Right? It makes sense. The Nevada couple are like, yeah, okay, sounds good. They go back to Nevada. And Charles is sitting there and he's pacing around his room and he's like, here's the thing about extortion and blackmail. Who's to say they're not going to come back? Who's to say after blowing their $20 million, they're going to be like, hey, we need another 20. Hey, remember 200 million? We want that number again. And that would be a big deal because it would impact his business, but it would also ruin his 30-year loving marriage with his wife.
Of course.
He later tells the court, I wanted to protect my reputation. As a businessman, I have a reputation, but as a private individual, I also have a reputation. Once the video would be exposed, my family would be absolutely ruined. I don't feel sympathy for you, sir. I get it. Extortion is a crime, but I feel no sympathy. Thoughts and prayers to you, Charles. Okay, so then for the several next few weeks, he tells the couple from Nevada, I'm getting you the 20 million. My money is moneying. But then he starts hiring these lawyers and private investigators, and they start slowly gathering evidence. And he would meet up with the Nevada couple to discuss the issue, and he would secretly record all their conversations. So his plan was to gather enough evidence and file a lawsuit against them for extortion and blackmail. Now, alongside this, Charles informed the sheriff, the deputies are working on it, and they ambushed the couple in the middle of 2023, May 2023, and they arrest them. They get arrested in Arcadia, California, near Los Angeles. They get taken into custody, and the police don't immediately arrest Sonny, but it's pretty clear where they got that video. It's pretty clear that Sonny is the one that sent them and all of that. So Sonny ends up just turning herself in. Now, instead of admitting to their crimes and saying, it was a brazen extortion attempt, I don't know what I was thinking. I had a lapse of judgment. I don't even know who that was. They start coming up with some bizarre ass stories. Sonny was like, this whole thing is so silly. It's just so foolish. Like, we were just hee-hee-ha-haing and then, you know what I mean? But honestly, Charles is at fault because he lured me out from New York. I moved from New York to California. I relocated to do PR work. But he never really gave me much PR work. He gave me a fat salary. He gave me a townhome and we boinked. But I just feel like it's his fault. Yeah. Now, as for the couple, the Nevada couple, their arguments are even weirder. They say, oh, we're not working with Sonny. We're working with Charles. The police are like, the guy that set up a whole sting operation, like he's part of the FBI. He had PIs on your ass. He hired attorneys. He hired the sheriff's office. He was wired up to catch you in the act of extortion and blackmail. You're working for him? They say, you want the proof? Listen to those recordings. What do I call him? I call him boss. Because I'm working for him.
Because they say, hey, boss.
Yeah.
Pay us $20 million.
Yeah. Hey, big boss.
Hey, big boss.
I know you got that 20 mil. I know you got it set aside for incidents like this. Come on. It's all about the bottom line, boss. Big boss. They say, no. We meant boss as in you are my boss. I am the employee.
That's crazy.
You are the employer. And all of the interactions we were having with Sonny, we were acting on Charles's behalf, trying to see how we can make Sonny go away. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? In addition to that, there was a point in the conversation, if you listen to the recordings, we say, hey, big boss, why don't you give us some shares of your company? If we go and sell your COVID test to hotels and casino chains in Las Vegas, we get some equity in your company. And he said, let me think about it. Because, you know, he's recording them and he wants them to open up. And they said, no.
So they're like blackmailing her as well as harassing her job.
Like threatening to get a job. Yes.
Wow.
They said, am I going to get this job? Well, I have a gun. Okay. That's literally their argument here. They say, no. We were actually working for Charles. Nobody is believing this. And ultimately, that's where we're at. That's all we know. So at this point, we're just trying to figure out what's going to happen. Their whole legal proceedings are ongoing because, so briefly, a lot of Chinese netizens actually do feel bad for Charles. Some feel bad for his wife saying that he's married, but they also feel bad for him saying, you know, there's a lapse in judgment. He's still a good guy. He donates so much money. Should his life really be ruined by these goofy people out in Nevada and California?
But his life is not ruined.
Yeah, it's not ruined. And most people say, no, this guy's life could potentially should be ruined because if you really go through some of the trial documents, Charles admitted that over the years he engaged in sexual relations with another manager. So regardless of Sunny illegally recording, which is illegal, not okay, right? Blackmailing, not okay. I don't condone. But he's also here boinking managers, boinking employees. Yeah. And it seems to be a pattern. Like that's very dangerous. Sunny then has filed another lawsuit against Charles, stating that he was soliciting for sex work and he R-worded her. Some people are questioning her and her experience getting R-worded. I don't want to question it. Some netizens are just saying like it feels like it might muddy the waters for other victims because technically she recorded it and like set up the camera and it was like a whole thing, you know? So people are like, how can you say you were R-worded when you set up the camera and then you blackmailed him?
Yeah.
Because if an R-word was caught on the camera, that'd be a very different method. Yeah. Like that would be a big point of conversation. Yeah. But I mean, technically with the power imbalance, I think she could say that she was pressured and she couldn't say no. So I do see that point, but it's just been very messy. I will say that I think Charles is going to reap what he sows. He has been dealing with issues with his business after this. So this is like the cookie that crumbles it all. He sues them for extortion and blackmail. Mm-hmm. They countersue him. And now more people are like, wait, y'all are suing Charles, the COVID tycoon? I'm going to sue him too. So one business partner sues him because he promised this business partner 50% of the company's shares until the company blew up and made bajillions of dollars. Then he said, never mind. I'm not going to give you 50% of bajillions of dollars. That's crazy. You're out of your mind. So now he's getting sued for that. He also does not have a good reputation in the United States. He started selling his COVID tests in the height of COVID in the US, but he was not FDA authorized, which means consumers were actually asked to throw away all the tests.
Whoa.
And now any future tests are being denied entry into the US by his company, as well as the UK. They don't want his test. He's also being accused by his business partners of being a con man. They say alleging that he had little to show for his past work before Innova, which is the COVID test company. Yet they claim he's a high-end con artist. And they allege that he misused over $1 billion in assets for personal indulgences, including luxury items like private jets that are worth $70 million, an $18 million mansion in Los Angeles, and homes for all his mistresses. Yeah.
Dang.
They also say that he's way more concerned about being an overnight billionaire rather than helping people. He's in the medical field, but he really doesn't give a shit about people. He always talks about having documentaries made about him, of him being an overnight billionaire. It seems like even his charity is done to boost his image and so he can pat himself on the back.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the story of what's been going on with Charles, the COVID tycoon, and the random I had no idea the two would ever get connected. You would never even imagine the two have any sort of relations to each other.
I mean, I feel like the COVID tycoon
is already enough.
Yeah, it's like, such a, like, imagine getting coined that.
Yeah.
Imagine.
It seems like he proudly is like, yeah, I'm the COVID tycoon. While everybody was out there dying, I made billions of dollars and I bought a jet.
Yeah.
So I think Charles is a very questionable person. I don't feel sympathy for him at all that he was extorted and blackmailed. Do I condone extortion and blackmail? No. But regular people also face extortion and blackmail, and they don't cheat on their wives. They don't sleep with a bunch of managers that they hire with a power dynamic that is not okay. And they also don't make $1 billion off of COVID. So I feel like I have limited sympathy for this man. But also Sunny, I'm confused on how to feel about her. Some people think that, you know what, get the bag, sis. Some people think it is scary going up against billionaires. Other people are mad at her because they doubt her new lawsuit of R word, and they're upset that she's bringing such crazy crimes into this story of, like, they both knew what they were getting into. But then other people are saying, no, we should not doubt her story because we don't know. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I will keep you updated, but thankfully, I don't think her physical life is in danger, ? But clearly she was in distress. What are your thoughts on this? Did you think it was going to happen this way? What were your thoughts on the sequence of events? Let me know in the comments. Stay safe, get delete me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.